What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 22 of my 30-day health conscious challenge. Today is Friday, and for our daily workout, we're going to be doing a rebounding special with my husband Nolan. It's also a very special day because it's our sensei's 94th birthday. He always implemented rebounding into a lot of the karate routines, and that's something that everybody did regularly in the dojo. So it's super fitting that we're going to do that today. We're going to do it in his honor. Once we're done with the rebounding special, we are going to talk about some different ways to improve and practice sexual health. Alright, so we are celebrating Sensei's 94th birthday.
As you'll see when we do some of these exercises, you're getting a muscular workout, you're targeting muscle groups, and you're also getting cardio. So it's basically a high intensity program. You're on an unstable surface, so there's some of that environmental, that proprioception training that comes into play, coordination, balance. And when you're on the rebounder, unless you're just jumping as hard as you possibly can, the impact is pretty light. The rebounder absorbs a lot of it, so it's easier on your knees, it's easier on your back once you learn the proper form, because that impact is dispersed. Whereas if you're on the ground and you're jumping, that impact is really heavy in your knees and your low back. So it's something that people can train hard. They can go at a pretty high intensity, but they really minimize that impact on their joints. So the rebounder is a pretty good exercise. So I got it from Sensei Shin, and it's been something that I've been doing ever since. And speaking of Sensei Shin, I'm wearing his shirt, the WIS shirt. So we're repping him on his 94th birthday.
Yeah, so this is just something that he would have people doing karate like right before class. It was just like a quick.
It was part of class. It was mandatory. You couldn't skip rebounding. Whether you liked it or not, you had to rebound. We would start the class with about 30 minutes of rebounding, and then we would spend about 15, 20 minutes doing floor exercises, so regular squats, push-ups, sit-ups, but the rebounder is what kicked everything off, and then we would actually move into martial arts, the karate side of everything. Yeah. It was a complete program. Sensei Shin is very, very adamant that people don't skip out on the rebound.
Yeah.
I've had this thing at least since 2004 or 5, and there's nothing wrong with it.
It's not a big piece of equipment, and I've done rebounding with you a few times before, and my mom's done it with you, just 30-minute classes, and it feels like you go running for like an hour. Like you are moving up and down like crazy, you sweat almost instantly. You're gonna see us get really sweaty by the end of this. No one's gonna be dripping sweat, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
But you use light weights, and like what he was talking about, how you jump and the way the gravity works with it, you don't need heavy weights. I'm using 3s, and if I go to 5s, I feel like I'm lifting 10-pound weights. It's crazy.
Right.
You don't need much to it. So, all right.
So yeah, definitely you don't even need weights. You can, if you're new to this and you feel like you're gonna fall off, you can just move your hands, throw your arms forward.
There's a lot of ways that this challenges you, so you don't need extra resistance, really.
Whether you're young, whether you're an athlete, or whether you're older and you're just trying to maintain your stability, this is a good way to train. And again, it's pretty low impact. Again, you got to use common sense, and we'll try to give that to you as we get into this a little bit more. But it's a pretty safe workout, and you're going to get a lot of different benefits.
All right. So he's gonna give us a little taste of it. If you have a rebounder at home, go ahead and pull that thing out of the garage. But if not, you can probably do it in a huge trampoline. But anyways,
We're just gonna start bouncing. This is called the health bounce. So it's not hard. You're not slamming yourself in. You're just warming up. Okay. We're gonna stand up tall. We're gonna keep our elbows in for the most part, and we're gonna do bicep curls. Try to hit a full extension at the bottom. Now it's important to remember that you're not swinging like this. Okay, it's controlled just like if you were doing regular weightlifting. Next up, the Arnold press. Under the chin, just like we would normally do, same motion. Might take a little bit to kind of find that rhythm. Okay, now we're going to glue our elbows into our rib cage. We're going to lean forward just slightly. We're going to hit tricep kickbacks, flexing your arms straight. You want to push your butt out a little bit and angle your chest forward so that your back is not rounded. We're not jumping hard, just a smooth bounce. Good job. Now this one's a little tougher. This is for more experienced people. But we're going to hit a bicep curl and a squat. Okay, so we're going to curl and squat, bounce, then right back into the squat, bounce. And jog. When you got a good beat, this is a pretty fun exercise. All right, bicep curls. Keep breathing in deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, I think that's a pretty good sampler of what rebounding is like.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Happy birthday, Sensei George Shin.
Yes. Alright guys, now that we're done with the workout, let's talk about sexuality, starting with its definition. Sexual health is the ability to embrace and enjoy our sexuality throughout our lives, as well as the state of our physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being in relation to sexuality. Throughout this month, we've learned that we can achieve sexual health through both internal and external sexual health practices. Internal sexual health practices consist of appreciating and maintaining our physical body, while external sexual health practices consist of having safe and satisfying sexual experiences. Both internal and external sexual health practices help us develop our sexuality, which is the main goal of achieving sexual health. So I've been able to think of 8 different key points that we must focus on in order to practice and improve our sexual health. The first 4 points would be considered more internal sexual health practices. Those are self-identity, self-discovery, self-love, and self-care, while the other 4 are considered external sexual health practices, such as self-expression, communication, trust and comfort, and intimacy. All of these 8 points are practices that allow us to have positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships. Self-identity, self-discovery, and self-expression are 3 practices that allow us to dig in deeper and understand better our levels of attraction. These are things as simple as the clothes we like to wear, the music we like to listen to, and what interests us about other people and other things. In other words, what are you attracted to? Self-care can be seen as what we do to help maintain our body, while self-love is what we do to help appreciate our body. These are 2 things that help us become more comfortable under our own skin and also figure out our own self-worth. Understanding how hard your body works to keep you alive is a thought that taught me how important it is to practice self-love and self-care constantly, not only to improve my sexual health, but also to better my consciousness on my overall health. Doing things that help you feel the best on the outside, like wearing the outfit that gives you the most confidence, or taking care of your skin, it not only makes you feel the best in the inside and act your best towards others, but it also allows you to put your best energy forward throughout your daily activities. Having inner confidence allows you to have better communication with partners and avoid disease and unplanned pregnancies, as well as trust and comfort, which allows you to have intimacy and achieve safe and satisfying sexual experiences. In conclusion, you can achieve sexual health through both internal and external sexual health practices, but it's super important that if you want to achieve self-expression, communication, trust, comfort, and intimacy, that you first focus on the internal sexual health practices of self-identity, self-discovery, self-love, and self-care. Once you have that inner confidence, everything else will become a lot easier once you have developed your own sexuality. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on day 22 of my 30-day health conscious challenge. Make sure to join me tomorrow for our daily workout. We'll be focusing on training our core, and we'll also be talking about some examples on how to practice environmental health. See you then!